Good morning, and I'd like to welcome you to this segment. This is essentially yet another response to Big Cat Rescue's Savannah slamming rampage that they did on their video. So at the end of the video, you see the Savannah there basically having dinner. They've thrown it a rat, and one of the viewers responded to them about the rat that they gave it. Basically, they responded with a kind of a nasty email and said basically that the rat was enrichment for the Savannah. So I'd like to talk today about enrichment and your cats. Now, in general, all cats need enrichment, and especially Savannahs because they're so active. And they need daily play, daily exercise. And if you're thinking about getting your first Savannah, you don't have any other pets, first thing I'd like you to consider is, number one, get two. You should probably have at least two cats, and if one of them is going to be a Savannah, the other one needs to be another cat with a very high activity level similar to the Savannah. Two Savannahs are actually fairly good playmates. So I certainly have two. When I first got my first one, Saya, I ended up getting another one. Saya's an F2, and he was a 2.5-year-old male when I first got him. And then I got an F3, a Starbuck. And then those two became acquainted and started playing around. And part of their enrichment throughout the day was essentially playing. So one thing that I do in the morning to exercise Saya is I have a small mouse. This mousie is just a mouse that you can get at a pet store. This one came from Petco, and it's a plastic formed mouse with cloth over it. And what I've done is I've taken and put a hole in each where the nostrils are, and then taken a fishing catch and I tied it to a string, and then I have it on essentially what's a fiberglass rod. Now you can get a dowel, a wooden dowel that's like a 1/4-inch dowel, something that's a little bit flexible, but and long, about 3 feet long, and just get any string and attach it. So what I do is I drag the mouse on the ground, and then the cats chase it. So I'm going to demonstrate that. He's currently on a leash, but Saya's well trained in the backyard. So if your cat's not as trained as Saya is, I would recommend keeping him on the leash. So I have the leash tied to essentially what ends up being a clothesline, just a cat run line. So he's still got this harness on, so if he does happen to get spooked and run away, somebody will know that he's a pet. So here's the mousie. So basically, I have him do circles around me, and this basically continues until he starts breathing heavily and gets tired. Now you can tell that because he'll stop chasing it and start laying down on the ground. Every once in a while I do let him catch it, or he does. Now if you notice when he catches it, he tries to paw it with his hands and bring it to his mouth. And then when he lands, the goal is to land with a mousie in his mouth. See if we can see that again. Okay, there he didn't quite catch it, but you get the idea. And you see, Saya's been playing for a little bit, and he's starting to breathe heavily. and he's very possessive. Of his mousey. So I'm going to take him in now.